It's week 3 of the 2024 season.
And if it's in the game, it's in the game.
It's the Ravens and the Cowboys. And it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State in the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. The Cowboys making their way out behind the NFL's leader in touchdown passes for 2023. In his 9th season now, Dak Prescott.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 14 carries, 72 yards.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. You look at this Baltimore defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. Here's Prescott. Completes it again to Gage. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
And again, it's Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. What an effort. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 28.
That's another Cowboys.
Now Prescott. Left side to Lamb. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Toss left to Elliott. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Elliott. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4.
Holding offense.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Russell Gage, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys are on the board first here this afternoon. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives.
7-0 is our score. Ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
There's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry.
And he'll get this to the 32.
The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 16 carries, 122 yardage-wise, and a score as well.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Jackson.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Derrick Henry, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. 3rd down here.
You look at this Cowboy defense.
They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
4th down, here's Jackson. Steps away to his left. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he'll go down at the 28. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Here's Prescott. Looking for the out route here, and he's got Cooks. And out of bounds right around the 20.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
And Charles, we get a look there at the draft class for this offense. What do you make of it?
Well, overall, I like the balance of the guys that they selected because, to me, they got a few guys who can step in and play right away, which is exactly what you want. But they also drafted for the future as well. They've got some guys who might need a year or two on the practice squad, so then we'll find out if they can actually play.
Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown! 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And it's now 14-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Play action. It's Jackson.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Inside give to Elliott. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Prescott.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. Shedding the tackle. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Play action. Now Jackson.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. The Ravens at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Zay Flowers.
38 yards.
And the Ravens are back within a score.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2.
They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he will get into the end zone to cut the deficit down to 4. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now break there for this offense as they will get a chance to start at the 40-yard line.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Prescott now. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
Oh, and it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Make it 2 weeks in a row now. He's kind of been Johnny on the spot. A fumble recovered last week, and now 2 in a row.
Reminds me a little bit of an old teammate of mine. We used to call him the Vulture because he would swoop in and clean up after the play was made. But, boy, we said it with a lot of affection because he made a lot of game-changing plays by getting to the football that had been knocked loose.
What was your nickname, by the way?
Can you go get me some water, guy, please? The rest of us are
all right. Too humble. A first down carry for Henry. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go play action now. Jackson. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Isaiah Likely.
His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Ravens have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
Now Lewis selects to return it.
Oh, and Lewis lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
So problems there on the return. Very costly. Not what you need when you've just surrendered the lead.
Not at all, because this now has a chance to really snowball on them quickly. Their offense was on the sidelines talking about getting on the field and getting that score back.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They go play action with Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. The big fella. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys.
Aubrey now for the PAT.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying,
That's our identity. That's our bread and butter. That's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you know, you need to learn how to backpedal.
Hey, you turned into a heck of a DB, though, partner. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll try the right side with Henry. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. Jackson.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 41.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Following the interception, here's Prescott. And it's a fumble.
And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
To throw is Prescott.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Throwing, Prescott.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'll throw again. Prescott. Buying time to his left. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1.
3rd down and 1.
So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll get started up at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland, where it was the Giants who were able to come away with the road victory. Malik Neighbors, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. From there, let's get over to Arizona to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they trail the visiting Lions in that one. Jared Goff has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home in Acrisure Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting LA Chargers. Gus Edwards, a touchdown run in the victory. It was the veteran quarterback Dak Prescott who had it working in the first half. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins. Both teams making their final preparations for the second half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
The last run went so well for them. Maybe they should have just handed it off right here, too. Instead, the quarterback ends up keeping it, and the defense is right on it and wipes away the yardage gained on the last snap.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry.
And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So here's a 3rd and 14.
Again, it's Henry powering forward. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further as they get him down well short of the line to gain. Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson.
A short one there, caught by Likely.
And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They'll start the drive with Elliott, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On the counter, Elliott. And no luck at all to start this drive as they're going to drop him behind the line for a 2nd straight play. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Here's Prescott.
A short one there, taken in by Ferguson.
Yeah, boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle is going to leave him about a yard or so short. Here's Brian Anger now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession.
And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marquise Bell.
And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Down the left sideline. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Prescott to throw it. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Ravens are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So certainly a big mistake there, Charles. First and goal, and they throw the interception.
Oh, that's just agonizing for a team because you still got at least 2, maybe 3 downs in your pocket. So if it's not there on first down, there was no sense in trying to force something. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left.
Henry again on second down. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. Back now in Arlington. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. And this offense on third down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Henry up the middle. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
90 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Now Jackson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Here's Jackson to throw.
Well, looking deep here for Flowers. And that's going to be incomplete.
I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down.
That's going deep for Bateman.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Rashad Bateman.
64 yards.
And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
We all knew the situation. We're in the 4th quarter. Who's going to step up and make the big play? Well, we just saw it, didn't we? Took their shot, downfield, got it, and now they're in a great position to take the lead.
Tucker now for the extra point. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays.
And it's Rashad Bateman who finished it all off with a touchdown.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott getting ready to go once more.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
From the 46, here's a 2nd and 4.
Prescott off play action. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Prescott from the gun. He gets it to Cooks. A gain of 8 there on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Now Prescott.
Left side to Lamb.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
Prescott yet again. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
And another long drive from the offense, but the defense is denying them the end zone. Nothing to show for the last drive offensively. They can't come away empty-handed again.
Here now, 3rd down.
Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Gotta avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens down the right sideline.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
And that flag accepted. This is 1st and 10. Now Dak.
And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
To throw, Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
Here's 1st and goal. Here's Prescott.
And he can't get He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Now Prescott.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Brandon Cooks, a 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cowboys have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Jackson.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Now Jackson. Connecting with Andrew. And they will get the conversion on 3rd down, but the clock, a more pressing factor.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They're looking deep here for Flowers.
And he's got it inside the 10.
And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. Here we go, 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll be just outside the 5 at the 6. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Here's Jackson.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like that there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So it's the Ravens who won the toss. They'll get the football first here in overtime as the kick is away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On 3rd down, Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. The Ravens send their punter out now. On for a very important here in overtime. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. From midfield now, here's Jackson.
They're looking deep here for Flowers.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now a first throw here in overtime. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Here comes the first throw in OT for Prescott.
Looking for the out route here, and he's got Cooks.
And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
And the Cowboys are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Throwing, Prescott. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column.
So it's a win here for the Cowboys, and it was Dak Prescott, their quarterback, who really led the charge.
Yeah, there's no question who the star of this game was. What a performance throwing the football. Over 300 yards, 4 touchdown passes. That's quarterbacking at an elite level.
So for the Cowboys, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside